Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Noliana Afika binti Zakaria, and today I will present task 1, which is role play presentation for the subject Mtes 3232, Curriculum Studies and Learning Theories in Primary School Mathematics. So I had choose the topic for year 2, which is money, and the content standard is 4.2, which is add values of money, and the learning standard is 4.2.2, add two values of money within the sum of 100 ringgit. So let's take a look at my role play presentation.
Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Alright, today we will learn about topic 4, which is money, which is add values of money. Okay, so I want to ask all of you, do you bring your money to school today?
Yes.
Alright. Okay. How much do you spend today?
3 ringgit.
Alright. Okay, so let's take a look on this money. So the red one, what is the value of this?
10 ringgit.
Alright. And the blue one?
1 ringgit.
Okay. If I add 10 ringgit and 1 ringgit, what is the total?
It's 11.
Alright, good. Alright, as we can see in the slide, this is the bookshop. So I want to ask, who usually go to bookshop?
Me.
Alright, what do you usually buy at the bookshop?
I used to buy comic books.
Oh, great. So, as we can see, the book price is 5 ringgit and the pen price is 3 ringgit. So, if I want to buy both of book and pen, how much I have to pay at the bookshop? Anyone want to try?
I want to try, teacher. So the total book and the pen is 8 ringgit.
Alright, as we can see in the picture, we can see that there are two notes of money. So, the red one is 10 ringgit and the blue one is 1 ringgit. So, I want to ask, what is the total if I add both of these two notes? Anyone would to try?
I want to try, teacher. I think the total ringgit is 11 ringgit.
Alright, now let's solve this question together. Okay, the question is, what is the total price of the book and the pen? So, first I want to ask all of you, what is the price of the book?
15.
15 what?
50 ringgit.
Alright. Alright, what is the price of the pen?
30 ringgit.
Alright, good. So, how we want to total the price of the book and pen? So, we must to do the application of addition. So, we must add the 15 ringgit and the 30 ringgit to get the total price of both pen and book. Okay, so now I want one volunteer to answer this question in front of the class. So, any volunteer? Yes, the answer is exactly. Good job, Nina. Okay, so the total price of the bag and the book is 45 ringgit. So we can pay with two notes of 20 ringgit and one note of 5 ringgit. Okay, so now let us play a game. So I want volunteer for the first round to act as a buyer at a bookshop. So I will be the seller.
I only have 14 ringgit. If I buy these two, it will cost 13 ringgit. So I can buy these two. So what is the total, teacher?
Alright, this book is 3 ringgit and its total is 10 ringgit. So the total is 30 ringgit. Alright, great. Good job, Nina. You pay the correct amount.
Thank you, teacher.
Alright, that's all for our class today. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, teacher.
Welcome.
So that's all from my roleplay presentation. And now let us see the theories of learning mathematics. Firstly, what are learning theories? Learning theories are conceptual frameworks that describe how individuals acquire, process, retain, and recall knowledge or skill. These theories offer insight into the mechanism of learning, providing educators with tools to better understand and guide the learning process. So, learning theories help explain first how learning happens, what motivates learners, and lastly, how knowledge is constructed. Next, why learning theories matters. Understanding learning theories allows educators to tailor instruction to meet the needs of diverse learners, making education more effective and personalized. First, let's take a look at Bruner's learning theory. So, Bruner's theory revolves around three main ideas, which is inactive, iconic, and symbolic representation. This stage describes how children develop understanding and process information as they grow. For the first representation, which is inactive representation, which is learning occurs through actions and physical interactions with objects. For example, young children learn by touching, manipulating, or moving objects. Next, the second representation is iconic representation, which is learning is based on visual or mental image. Children begin to use pictures, diagrams, or visual aids to understand the concepts. And the third representation is symbolic representation, which is learning involves abstract thinking using symbols, language, and mathematical notation. At this stage, children can reason logically and solve problems without relying on concrete objects. Then, let us go through with the application of learning theories and constructivism in mathematics activities. So, firstly, at the inactive stage, which is use physical objects to help students understand basic math concepts like addition or subtraction. And the secondly, which is iconic stage, to introduce visual aids like graphs, diagram, or number line to present mathematical ideas. And lastly, which is the symbolic stage, transition to abstract symbols as students become more comfortable with the concept. So now I will explain about implications of cognitive learning theories and constructivism in teaching mathematics. So the first implication is active learning and discovery. Students learn best when they actively construct knowledge through exploration and discovery rather than passively receiving information. So the strategies will encourage problem solving and inquiry-based learning where students discover mathematical principles on their own. So the second implication is building on prior knowledge. New learning is built on what students already know, so teachers must activate and connect to prior knowledge. And the strategies begin lessons with a KWL chart to access prior knowledge. Next, let's take a look about the implication of cognitive learning theories and constructivism based on individual. So the first implication is personalized learning paths, which is each student has a unique way of learning and instruction should be tailored to their individual needs and pace. And the second implication is encouraging a growth mindset, which is individual learners benefit from believing that their abilities can improve with effort and practice. And the last implication is supporting emotional and social needs, which is individual learners have unique emotional and social needs that impact their ability to learn. So now I will explain about Bruner's learning theory that I have applied in my role play presentation. As we know, Bruner state children learn best in three stages, which is the first stage is inactive, which is concrete, that is learning by doing. So in my role play presentation, pupils use real coins or notes to add values. The second stage is iconic stage, which is pictorial, learning with image. So based on my roleplay presentation, pupils add values from pictures of items with the price tags. And the last stage is symbolic stage, which is abstract, learning with symbols. So in my roleplay presentation, pupils perform numerical addition, which is 15 ringgit plus with 30 ringgit. So my lesson plan follows this sequence, which is concrete to pictorial to abstract, which is exactly Bruner's theory in action. Next, let's go through with the Piaget's cognitive learning theory. The key concepts and objective of Piaget's theory is stage of cognitive development. Piaget proposed that children progress through four stages of cognitive development, which is sensorimotor, pre-operational, concrete operational, and formal operational. Each stage is characterized by distinct cognitive abilities and ways of thinking. The second key concept and objective is constructivist learning. Piaget's theory emphasizes that children actively construct their understanding of the world through interactions with their environment. They assimilate new information into existing mental structures and accommodate their schemas to fit new experience. The third key concepts and objectives of Piaget's theory is the development of logical thinking. Piaget's theory focuses on how children gradually develop the ability to think logically and scientifically. They move from a sensory motor understanding based on sensory experience and motor actions to more abstract and logical thinking in later stage. And lastly is the role of play and exploration. Piaget emphasized the importance of play and exploration in children's cognitive development. Through play, children engage in activities that allow them to experiment, problem solve, and develop their cognitive abilities. Next is the active learning and discovery. Piaget's theory supports the idea of active learning and discovery, where students are encouraged to explore and engage in carefully planned activities to make key observations and develop their understanding. Constructivism says pupils build knowledge by actively engaging in meaningful activities. So, in my lesson, pupils role play as shoppers, calculate money, and apply to real life shopping problems. Students are not just memorizing, but they construct understanding by connecting the mathematics with everyday experience. So, this makes the learning authentic and meaningful. Next, let's go through for the Alsobas meaningful learning model. So, the also best meaningful learning model is the theory of reception learning. He argued that reception learning, which is meaningful learning, is more effective than rote learning. The development of the pupil's cognitive structure by assimilating new information can be required through a process of subsumption. There are two types of subsumption, which is derivative subsumption and correlative subsumption. Derivative subsumption is a new concept derived from existing information and is assimilated into a person's cognitive structure. For example, various types of triangle. And the correlative subsumption is a new information received through the development process of its meaning and assimilate into a cognitive structure. For example, different type of rectangles, hence a concept of quadrilateral. So, our best meaningful learning model has been applied in my lesson. Ausubel emphasized using advanced organizer and linking prior knowledge. So, in my lesson, students already know the simple addition, and the teacher connects it to adding money, which will be meaningful learning. Then we move to Dean's stage of learning mathematics. Dean's explained that children learning mathematics step by step, starting with real objects and moving to abstract ideas. First, they play freely with materials like blocks or counters to explore. Then, they play games with rules, which helps them to think logically. After that, they begin to notice patterns and similarities in what they are doing. Next, they show their ideas using drawings or simple models. As they progress, they start using proper mathematical symbols such as number and signs. Finally, they can apply rules and solve problems without needing objects. This shows how learning maths moves from hands-on play to formal understanding. Dean said pupils learn math concepts through varied experience. So, in my lessons, using real money, pictures, and game has been applied. Different representation help pupils generalize the concept. So now, I will explain about cultivating mathematical thinking among students through activities. When teaching the topic of money in year 2, carefully designed activities can effectively develop mathematical thinking by encouraging students to explore, reason, and problem solve. For example, a classroom shop activity where students role-play as buyers and sellers allow them to handle coins and notes, recognize values, and perform addition or subtraction in real-life context. This hands-on experience helps students move to concrete to abstract thinking as they first manipulate real money, then use drawings or price tags, and later work with numbers and symbols. Through activities such as comparing price, making change, or finding the cheapest option, students learn to apply logical reasoning, identify patterns, and practice decision making. This experience nurtures skills like estimation, mental calculation, and problem solving, which are key aspects of mathematical thinking. At the same time, linking mathematics to daily life situations builds confidence, motivation, and deeper understanding of how math is useful beyond the classroom. Next, let's take a look for the alignment of classroom shop activity with KSSR standard content for Year 2 for the topic money. In the KSSR Mathematics Year 2, Topic 4 focus on understanding ringgit Malaysia and cents, counting money and applying basic operations in real-life context. The classroom shop activity directly supports these content standards and learning standards by providing hands-on and meaningful experience. So the first alignment is the recognizing and using Malaysian currency. Pupils recognize coins and notes in RM and cents. Classroom shop alignment is the students handle real or play money when buying and selling items, allowing them to identify different denominations and understand their values. Next is the counting and representing money. Pupils count money up to 100 ringgit involving combinations of coins and notes. Classroom shop alignment is the students calculate the total cost of purchased items, count coins and notes to pay, and represent amounts both with money and numerals. And the third one is the addition and subtraction of money. Pupils perform addition of money in everyday situations. So the classroom shop alignment is when the students add up the price of two or more items. They are practicing addition of money in authentic context. The last alignment is the problem solving in daily life situations. Pupils solve simple problems involving money in real life situations. And the classroom shop alignment is the shop activity mirrors real life transactions, requiring students to apply mathematical reasoning, make decisions on purchase, and justify their choice, thereby meeting the problem-solving element of the curriculum. As the conclusion, the classroom shop is an active learning strategy that fully aligns with the KSSR Year 2 money topic by covering recognition of currency, counting operations, and real-life problem solving, making mathematics more meaningful and relevant to students. That's all from me. Thank you for watching.